First game, Boise State versus Penn State. Penn State got here by absolutely slaughtering SMU. They were the runner-up to the Big Ten. They lost to the Big Ten champion Oregon Ducks. They lost 45-37. James Franklin, 3-17 versus top 10 opponents. Luckily for him, Boise State was 12. Boise State, though, is coming off a bye, and you got to see that man. No secret about what they're going to do. Ashton Jeanty to the left, Ashton Jeanty to the right, Ashton Jeanty up the middle, Ashton Jeanty to the screen, Ashton Jeanty to punt return, kick return, quarterback, defensive end, linebacker, running back, fullback, whatever he needs to be. 2,500 yards, 2,497. Probably going to get to second if he could have a good game. He'll pass Melvin Gordon, has 2,587. Won't catch Barry. Barry 2,850. No. Nobody's going to catch Barry.
And Barry did it in 14 games. Let's never forget that. But for me, this is a perplexing situation for me when I look at this. Because on its head, you immediately look at Penn State and Boise State. You look at the brand identity and say, Penn State, there's no way that this game better even be close. The one thing about this is I think the most pro-ready person is on Boise State, and that's Ashton Jeanty, who's just a world beater.
That defensive end from number 11. He's Muhammad. He's
good, but
we're gonna see.
But what I'm saying is, I think that Penn State's roster is better than Boise's. But Boise got. I'm going with Penn State because I think it's must win for Penn State. If y'all lose to Boise,
y'all get rid of James Franklin. Do you get rid of James Franklin if you use the Boise? Now, again, James Franklin has gotten you to the semifinals of the college football playoff, which you have never done. You've never even sniffed this before. Now, is it the point where you get somebody else who, I mean, you have the money to go get whoever you want.
Yeah. And you're not, this is one of those situations where if you fired him, if he loses, you're not wrong. You won't have the, what's old boy who just got fired in the NBA? You won't have that backlash of, oh, I can't believe you just, Mike Brown. You won't have the Mike Brown, this guy's done, X, Y, and Z. I can't believe you fired him. James Franklin has had all the money that anybody else has had. He's had, he's got one of the biggest stadiums in the world, in the country. And he's had all the resources and just never been able to get over the hump to the next place. Now, so if you fired him, nobody's going to be upset, but can you legitimately replace him is the question that you have to ask yourself. And that's a very, very, very difficult question to come up with of who you can get who's better than him. And one more thing, he showed up to your program
in the midst of turmoil.
The very, very darkest time that you guys have ever had. And
told the storm. I told the storm. Let me loose.
That may be where y'all just, I don't know. I want to say like y'all owe him for sure. And of course, he's a black man to get you out of peril. Because you guys, I feel like they would have been okay with like ending y'all. Like
death penalty. It was close.
Yeah.
It was going to be close.
You put college football in a bind and not even in a money bind that other teams have put, college football in. Y'all were in the whoo.
Yep. So you got that. I do think that this game comes down to if Penn State can just execute. If Penn State can just execute, you'll have to have Boise State basically play. If you remember, this is the Fiesta Bowl now. Boise State has some history in the Fiesta Bowl. You remember, they upset Oklahoma.
Ain't no Doritos out here, though. This ain't the Doritos Fiesta Bowl, my boy.
Tostitos.
You're right. It was Tostitos.
So they do have a history of upset, and Penn State is ripe for the upsetting. Let me tell you. But I can't pick Boise State. I can't pick the mid-major to beat Penn State.
Right.
I can't do it. Not after they destroyed SMU like that. Once you beat SMU like that, I'm like, all right, well,
SMU was a scam. We knew it, but I'm happy that they scammed their way to where they got
to. Yeah. So we both picking Penn State.
Correct, Mundo.
Wait, hold on. What should they do? Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you, my friend. We in for it.